Morning students, there's a small topic left out on page number 16, that is concentration of a solution. Okay, now in activity 2.2 we have seen group A and B. If I just turn back the page and have a quick recap, that you have a few crystals of copper sulfate in group A, okay, and then you have got one spatula full of copper sulfate in group B. Okay, so here the crystals of copper sulfate are more, here the crystals of copper sulfate are less. Okay, now depending on that, in a solution, okay, whenever you make a solution, the relative proportion of the solute and the solvent can be varied. Okay, now depending upon the amount of solute present in the solution, it is called a dilute, concentrated or saturated solution. This depends on how much solute is added to the solvent. It can be a dilute solution, it can be a concentrated one or a saturated one. Okay, now dilute and concentrated are comparative terms. Okay, let us see how we can compare. Okay, now if you there's another activity 2.3 where you take 50 ml of water in two separate beakers. In one you add salt, in other you add sugar or barium chloride. Okay, and then you go on adding till with continuous stirring that till it does stop dissolving. Okay, now when no more solute can be dissolved, you try to heat the contents by about 5-degree temperature and then start adding the solute again. Okay, now what happens if you observe at a particular temperature, if you are not increasing the temperature and the temperature is same, okay, of a solution, now that has dissolved as much as solute as it is possible, okay, of capable dissolving, it is said to be a saturated solution. That means when no more solute can be dissolved in the solvent, here no more salt can be dissolved in water till then. Okay, there will be a particular point where you add the salt and the salt won't dissolve. That is called as a saturated solution. So no more solute can be dissolved in a solution at a given temperature. If you are not increasing the temperature, that is known as saturated solution. Okay, and the amount of solute present in that saturated solution at a particular temperature is called the solubility. So how much solute you can put in that solution, that is called the solubility, 1 spoon, 2 spoon or whatever. Okay, now if the amount of solute contained in the solution is less than the saturation level, suppose the saturation level of a glass full of water is 2 spoons of salt, after 2 spoons the third spoon won't dissolve, and if you are adding less than 2 spoons, like suppose you are adding only 1 spoon of salt, then it is known as unsaturated solution. That means you can add more salt in it, but we don't want it. Okay, so if the amount of solute is less than the saturation level, then it is known as unsaturated solution, and the amount of solute where no more excess will be dissolved, that is known as saturated solution. The saturated solution and unsaturated solution. Okay, now we go to the next topic, that whenever you have a solvent, okay, they will have different solubilities at the same temperature. So suppose you have got water as a solvent and you have different solutes. Okay, so and same solvent also at different temperatures. Suppose at the room temperature the capacity of dissolving will be different. If you increase the temperature, the capability of dissolving of that same water will be different. So the solvent will have different solubilities depending on the temperature. Okay, and depending on the solute also. So the concentration of a solution, how much concentrated it is, dilute or concentrated, is the amount of mass or volume. You can calculate it in two terms. You can calculate it in mass terms or volume terms. Okay, now mass will be in terms of grams, volumes will be in terms of ml or milliliters or liters, and mass will be in terms of grams or kilograms. So you can calculate the concentration of a solution on both the terms. Okay, of a solute present in a given amount, again it should be in mass or volume of a solution. So how much solute is present in this solution, that gives the concentration. The amount of solute present gives the concentration of the solution. Okay, now there are three ways of expressing the concentration. Okay, the first one is the mass by percentage of solution, where you have got mass of a solute upon mass of a solution into 100. Second way, on the next page, again you have got mass by volume percentage of a solution, where you have mass of the solute and volume of the solution. If you come back here, both are in terms of mass. Here you have got solute in terms of mass and solution is in terms of volume. Next is volume by volume. So both will be in terms of volume. Okay. So we have got example 2.1, where you have got a solution which contains 40 grams of common salt. So again this is mass, grams hai. And 320 grams of water. This is also mass. So which formula we will use? We will use this formula because both are given in terms of mass, that is in grams. Okay. So if you see the solution, mass of salt is 40 grams, mass of solvent is 320 grams. When you add both of them, you will get the mass of solution, that is 360 grams, because in this formula we need mass of solution. Okay, so 360 grams. So what is the mass percentage? That is mass of solute upon mass of solution. So 40 grams, solute is salt. So 40 upon 360 multiplied by 100, that is 11.1%. Okay, thank you.